Dear friend, you are most welcome to the channel. Our topic for today is mood court. Mood court is very important, especially for law student, and we are going to cover this mood court topic in following subtopic. You can see on screen. And as law students in last year or last semester, mood court is a complete practical subject of 100 marks and on which you have to prepare one of practical file on mood court and there is practical viva on this and most of the time students are confused while preparing for mood court and mood court practical file because they are not able to get a readily available study material for mood court, and even college is not also sharing past practical file because of no issue of coping by the students. So that is why on this request we are making this video. Let us see one by one under each subtopic to have complete clarity on the mood court. So what is mood court? The mood court is not a real court and it is not a normal court. The moot word is equivalent to mock. So this moot court basically purpose is giving exposure of real court to the law students. Law students theoretically they got a lot of knowledge in law college, but after completing law degree when they go to practically in court they find a lot of difficulty because they don't have practical exposure. The purpose of moot court is giving them practical exposure that how in actual court proceeding occurs and what is expected from them, what type of behavior, what type of preparation is expected out of them, and moot court try to serve that purpose. And judges of moot courts are generally retired judges or faculty of the law colleges. Okay, so ultimately these whosoever moot court judges are just to mentor and guide the law students based upon seeing their presentation and what are the further scope of improvement in their presentation. And further, being a mock court, its decision are not real. Generally, no decision happen in moot court, only presentation happen, and even if they are a decision, they are not real. So this is about moot court. The objective of moot court has been discussed to give practical exposure to law students. And generally, three type of cases are there: civil cases, criminal cases, and constitutional cases. And some of the law college only civil and criminal cases, and some good colleges all three cases are there. And what is expected from law students to get exposure is uh, all law students are given the moot court problems, either civil, criminal, or constitutional, or all three. And by reading them, they need to drive. First of all, drive fact in issues from the moot case problems. And based on the fact on issue, they need to apply law for the issues violated the law. For example, if there is a murder case, the fact in issue is murder. One party say murder was done by committed by accused and accused denied. So that become fact in issue. And law is applied. So what is law for murder? Yes, IPC 302. So law applies IPC 302. And then you being a law student prepare your argument. And sometime you are asked to prepare argument from both in favor and sometime against. And sometime in some colleges you are asked to prepare your argument from both the party. And then at the time of presentation the moot court judges select themselves whether you need to present in favor or against the party. So but you should be ready as a good lawyer. A good lawyer always ready to present case from both sides at any point of time. And then you also do researching of case laws in favor of your argument to reinforce or support your argument further. Case law are generally a decision made by high court or supreme court, and you choose whatever case law are favoring your argument. And then the last one is presenting your argument in the moot court. So this is under this objective of moot court entire exercise, no, like real court happen, and your way of speaking, presenting, your patience, your listening ability, everything is tested during the moot court presentation, and you also get knowledge that where is the scope of improvement for you. And then what is mock trial? The mock trial is nothing. Once you prepare your argument, you need to present your argument in front of judges of the moot court, and this that process is called mock trial. And mock trial, sometime law student get confused because in different type of dispute the name of first and second party are different, and being advocate you start yourself that from which party and which case you are presenting your argument. So you can see this table. In case of civil suit, the aggrieved party is called plaintiff, and second party or opponent is called respondent. So for example, if you are presenting argument of a civil suit from aggrieved party, you need to say, Your Honor or Sir, I am counsel of plaintiff in this civil suit. Okay, and if it is a criminal case and you are from the aggrieved party side or you are from prosecution side, then you say, Your Honor, in this criminal case I am liar or advocate of the prosecution side, and accordingly you choose. And there are 3 plus 3 combination, and many times student can confuse, and they represent something else and their argument are something else. So you need to be very very careful. If you are from second party side, you should be careful. You should present yourself based upon the type of the case and the party you are representing. I hope you get clarity on this, and you will be presenting yourself as appropriately. After mock trial, we will see what are the key content of the mock file and what is expected from them. So part 1 is introduction, and it is nothing but theoretical part, and this we have discussed just before. What is moot court, what is its importance, difference between moot court trial and mock trial. And pre-trial preparation is nothing but drafting fact and issue and applying law and preparing argument and researching case laws to make the argument strong. So this is theory part. You will get from book also this introduction part. The most critical is moot court problem exercises. Here you are given some moot court problems and you are asked to draft your complete case report under this these subheadings. So sometime in some colleges headings may be less, and these are the maximum headings generally any of the college gives you to prepare. So as usual, statement of fact, you have to read the case carefully, and you have to note down serial number wise fact carefully for the side you are preparing. For example, if you are preparing for a plaintiff side, you need to choose fact which are favoring plaintiff. And if you are going for respondent side, then you need to choose fact carefully from the moot court problems which favor your client. And sometime 2.2 statement of jurisdiction is also you write, and generally it is for practice only. In moot court it is not so much important and applicable, and you give respective section clause that uh, uh, jurisdiction is not barred and this court has jurisdiction. And you also mention preliminary objections like time barred case or court fees is not paid, or generally initial objection which party can bring before the trial start. And then the main comes in 2.4 statement of issues. So from the statement of fact, now you filtered statement of issue, and statement of issue are nothing but fact in issue which one party alleged and other party denied, and these are the bone of contention, झगड़े की जड़. And court has to decide basically these issues, and then you prepare your argument by applying law, applying case law, and preparing your argument and presenting it. And accordingly, if you have prepared for on behalf of prosecution, you present yourself, and if it is vice versa on defense or respondent side, accordingly either it is given in beginning to you or it is chosen by moot court judge at the time of presentation. And after giving your complete argument and law violated and supplementing your case law, in the end you orally say your prayer also. So prayer is generally nothing. It is most of the time, if you are from prosecution side, you ask for the hardest punishment to the accused and relief to your client. And if you are from accused side, your prayer is generally for acquittal of your client, and asking for cost which was incurred by your party in this prosecution. So generally you have to say prayer in the last after your argument. So this is about moot court exercise. And third is practical, actually, observation of cases in court. So for 1 month, generally law students are given opportunity to do internship along with a very experiential lawyer, minimum 10 year of experience, a district court level minimum. And here you visit court every day and see the hearing of criminal cases and civil cases also. And you need to write complete fact of the case, fact and issues like we discussed before. And also you need to write what you have seen in chief examination, cross examination and re-examination for both the cases. And during the court visit, you need to also mention your diary on everyday basis, and you need to reflect under subtopic 5.3 court visits. And part fourth is interview session. Since being 1 month on practical, you are visiting a lawyer chamber also, and you are seeing legal office management, that how documentation and different case file are managed and handles. And you, whatever you learn from there, you reflect summary of that in 6.1 as legal office management. And during your chamber presence, you might have seen the lawyer's interaction with client on civil cases as well as criminal cases also. And you need to write interview for at least one civil case and one criminal case under 6.2 and 6.3. In the last part 4, generally you need to write conclusion on epilogue, and it is nothing but summary of your experience from beginning of moot court problems, your presentation and presenting your argument and prayer, etc., and your court visit and your experience, and your key takeaway you summarize in your conclusion or epilogue. And this is how you make your complete practical file. Now in the end, once you have ready your practical 5, you present yourself for the viva to the examiner of moot court practical. And since in the end you completed entire last syllabus, and there is wide range of asking question to practical examiner. However, some of the question those are specific related to moot court are listed here. Initial 3 question we have already discussed, like what is moot court, what is purpose of moot court, and what is mock trial. So you can respond accordingly. The fourth question where student confuses, where does the appeal lies for decision of moot court. So generally no appeal lies for moot court question, because moot court are not real court and they are not aligned connected to high court or supreme court. So no question of appeal come. However, in some good law universities, sometime the moot appellate court are also constituted just for sake of experiential learning to the student. And if that is the case, then appeal can lie to the moot appellate court. Otherwise, in general normal law college, there are no appeal for the moot court decisions. Next question is whether res judicata lies for the cases under moot court. So as you know, the moot court is a standalone case purely primarily for the purpose of learning. So no res judicata apply for moot court cases also. And what is jurisdiction of moot court? So there is no jurisdiction of moot court. They are made to the college students only for experiencing that, so that they do not face more problem while really facing the actual court. What are the power of judges of moot courts? So there are no power of the judges of moot court, because generally they are retired and they just came here for mentoring the law student, and sometimes they are faculty and they do not have any power like real court judges. And where from the moot court problems comes? The moot court problems are generally based upon the decided case by the real court, like high court, district court or supreme court, and names and identity are hide or change, and some of the fact are also changed to make them more complicated and interesting. And generally they are based upon real court cases. But many things are changed like identity and some of the fact, so that students can face them in a more detailed way while preparing their argument. So these are some of the important moot court questions. However, my request is to prepare for other IPC, CRPC, CPC and Indian Evidence Act questions also related section to have complete preparation for the Viva. So I'm sure with this small video, you got a fair idea of moot court practical file and moot court question and what is expected from moot court. And in case you need practical file for reference, please mark in comment. We will be sharing you PDF copy, some sample for your understanding. And if you have any further query, please mark in comment box. I will be happy to reply. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share to your friend for their benefit as well. Thank you very much for watching this.